Good evening, race fans. Welcome to CRN's live coverage of the Core O'Reilly series. So you get the just realized the logo is still wrong, still showing the Xfinity series, but we'll get that all cleaned up here and get it corrected as we're ready to bring you another season. This is season 8 for the Core O'Reilly series, and we are starting off here at the Rockingham. Very bumpy, very technical track here to start off the season. We got a very full field here as well, looking like a little over 40 cars showing up here for the season opener, and definitely looking forward to it. 110 laps here on tap at the Rock. Carlin, we're joined in the booth by Jimmy Covert. May have a special guest coming in here a little bit later, but for now, Jimmy, welcome back.
Can you smell what the rock is cooking? I guess we would call it here at the Rockingham. I'm looking forward to being back here with the core as always, and it's a good. It's going to be a good one. It is in the line of short trackness. Almost just under that 1 mile mark, but we do have some banking in the corners here tonight, so it shouldn't be too bad of a race here, I think.
What scares me is bringing up the other race info here. There's no track map in the little window, so that scares me. That SDK maybe for some reason
What
doesn't have the track logo or info
is it
in
new?
there. So it's definitely not new. I know they still got to get back there and get the new repave version of it. But either way,
That's probably it.
yeah, either way, we're gonna bring in the coverage here regardless, and hopefully we can get a track map up there. In the meantime, these drivers are working on qualifying right now. Did get a little April Fool's joke from your current pole sitter right now and defending champion Alan Elwood, saying that he is going to be stepping away from the Xfinity series, the O'Reilly series coming into this one. Well, it was just an April Fool's joke and be a dirty one for some of these platinum drivers. I thought maybe I got a chance, maybe I can maybe steal the championship away. Well, they're gonna have to work for it, and looks like we got I believe 5 or 6 competitors that are going to be doing battle in the platinum division this season. So it's going to be close, hopefully, for those drivers. But looking forward to it. Again, just over 40 drivers. Looking at it, looks like 42 drivers are set to take the green flag here tonight, and I know we're missing a few of them as well. So it's going to be a pretty full season here for the drivers, and definitely looking forward to seeing what they have on tap. But in the meantime, Jimmy, we got our starting order here for tonight. Why don't you give us a rundown?
Yeah, let me go down to the starting order here. Got Alan Elwood on the pole to start things off here, so off with a kick. And then got Tommy Ryan there in P number 2. Nico Garcia with JP Phillips on row number 2, and Danny Ware and Joe Sullivan. Joey Cruz up to start towards the front here, beginning of the season with Billy Rickett. Back there in 8th, Jeremy Gainey and Jacob Grew back there in 9th and 10th. 11th and 12th going to be Jeff Ryan and Josh Van Weston. And then Jake Lesh and Travis Noble in 13th and 14th. 15th, 16th is AJ Roderick and John Williams Sr. PJ Jackson here tonight with Willie Yates. I'll finish off your first 9 rows here. And then back a little bit farther back, you have in 19th, you have Joseph Truslowski. Jason Lapon, and then got Dylan Emerson and Jason Chrisman back there in row number 11. Tony Lane and Terry Jensen Jr. back there in row number 12. Row 13, Matt Crocker with Dave Tilford, Dan Phelps, Jared Coach back there in row number 14. Row number 15, Luis Arduna with Dave Thompson. Richie Bradshaw, Michael Rakes back there, row number 16. Row number 17, Jason Algrini with Zane Bierman, Blaze Altop with Steve Harris back there in row number 13. Row number 14, Courtney Nickerson with Randy Yoakum. Nathan Nickerson back in the back as well, and P number 39 with Colin. And then Troy Snyder with Datelin Drummonds back there on row number 21. And bringing up the back of the pack here tonight, it's going to be one Robert R. Matthews, our lone Canadian here tonight. So looking forward to seeing how these drivers kind of, fit in with each other here tonight as well, because a lot of new faces. You see a lot of red on the track as far as rookies go. So a lot of people need to kind of fill out their spot, and maybe some of them rookies towards the back, whether they're newer or whether they're just a little timid because they're stepping in a new league. Welcome to the series. Have some fun, keep it clean, give each other space, and let's have some great racing.
That's the biggest thing, especially with the opener here being at Rockingham, and it was kind of emphasized give each other room. It's a track where you can have multiple grooves here, but when you come off the corners, they all kind of meld back into one racing line off the corners. So you need to make sure you're giving each other plenty of room through this track, and hopefully that these drivers adhere to that and are ready to do so. But we're ready to bring the racing action here as always. Just getting a few more things just cleaned up before we get going here. And then we'll get to it as the pace car going to be heading in this time by, and excuse me, we are going to be heading to the first green flag of the season. Welcome to everybody that is new out there in Sierra Nation, and if you haven't done so yet, hit that like and subscribe, get you in touch with everything that Sierra has to offer. But it's time to go racing here at the Rock.
And back out front here already, Alan Elwood leads him down to turn number 1 with Tommy Ryan on the outside, but Nico Garcia getting a great start there, able to pull up in front of Tommy. And you see a little bit of wiggle there by Nico Garcia. So Nico back out off the track. Danny Ware out there as well. So SWN out in force here tonight with a few drivers already up front.
And unfortunately, it looks like there is going to be no track map here tonight. SDK just threw another curveball and not giving it to us here tonight. So we'll try and get something going here at some point. But in the meantime, we do have a caution out. Looks like Luis Orduna involved in this one. And it's a little bit of damage to the front right front. Yeah, and certainly some damage right there to Jason Allegrini as well. We'll take a look back and see what happened. It sounds like
a push.
Sounds like Orduna
already loose.
Yeah, already going there. We'll take a look at this back here again. Looks like just three slipping up there from the inside line, and the 85 right there kind of meet in the middle. And it looks like the 85 of Dan Phelps going to get some damage on this one as well. And you see right there the 3 kind of bouncing off the wall a little bit. And you see here back in the pack, 82 really nowhere to go right there, and hard impact as he was stuck kind of right in the middle. And some heavy impact there to start off this thing. But we'll get you back live, and didn't really see any kind of pit stops just yet. I'm surprised the 82 has yet to come into the pits. Looks like he may be coming down in there right now. But either way, a good couple of laps to start this thing. Alan Elwood was able to get away into the lead. Nico Garcia in second, and Danny Ware. So the 3 Elwood design teammates up there at the front of the pack already. Tommy Ryan shuffled back to 4th. Joey Cruz rounds out your top 5. Then you got JP Phillips, Joe Sullivan, Jeff Ryan, Jacob Grube, and Jake Lesh out there in the top 10. Couple of returning faces, a lot of new faces out there for sure. And I know the top running silver driver right now, Joe Sullivan, is, I'm sure, looking for a bit of a bounce back season for sure. Was a gold driver last season, and it did not work out well for him at all. So much so that you see now he's been relegated down to the silver division. So much so that he kind of questioned. He's like, I was really that bad? I'm really down here in the silver division? Well, he is. He's top man in the silver division right now, so I guess it's working out, kind of, maybe, so far. But either way, we will get these drivers double back up as the pace car lights are out, and we'll get them back to the green flag next time by.
Well, Carl, I mean, you just look right next who's next to Joe Sullivan, the likes of Jeff Ryan. So, I mean, silver already represent in the top 10. A caution flags are flying here tonight, but we are too wide. We're going to be going back green flag racing after the race car comes in. But I guess one thing to understand, we got some shenanigans in the back as they are all checking up, trying to get this thing going as cars are coming around. So hard on the brakes and trying to check up. So got to be careful getting past some of these drivers that were in line already, and you don't get that black flag. But it does look like we're still under caution. So yeah, that happened.
yeah, we'll get this all sorted out here, and we'll get the pace car back out there. In the meantime, we'll try and take a look and see what happened there. Might have been some cars just catching up to the back of the pack, and we'll see it right here. And yeah, just some cars locking up, and then you see right there, 48 locks up because he didn't want to get into the back of everybody else that was kind of really checking up there on the backstretch. And hopefully he didn't get any kind of damage from that. But we'll get these drivers back at it here as pace car lights are out here once again. We'll go back to green flag racing as we got plenty of time to get to it for sure. It looks like Alan Elwood, no surprise here, choosing the inside line here for the restart, and we'll see if he can get out and get away. As usual, we've seen him really dominating last season out here in what was the Core Xfinity Series, as he ended up taking this thing by quite a sizable margin, 98 points over Tyler Skozen, and winning 7 out of 10 races. Trying to start on top here once again as we're back to green flag racing.
And we got one around in the back there, right pit lane, but automatically, oh, I thought he towed, but it blinked out. So no caution this time by as they worked their way around, trying to get things going. I think that was the likes of Steve Harris.
Yeah, Stephen Harris is coming back on the track right now.
Coming back on the track. So just people got this track invites a lot of speed because of the banking, but you can overdrive the corners real quickly, and you got to be careful, especially being too wide. Being on that high. Make sure you know your surroundings. And not everybody runs triples or VR, so they can't look over their shoulder. Really got to pay attention to some of the new gadgets that iRacing has put in the sim for you. They have alert lights now, Carl. So as part of the widget package that iRacing put in, and you get these nice little lights that tell you when somebody's to your left or right within reason. I think it's within a car and a half width or something like that. Some of the wider tracks where they dive down on the apron, they might flash momentarily and then they go away and then immediately be there. So awareness is going to be, keen on some this season or not. But we're go back to these drivers getting into the corners and the banking, able to get some good speed.
That was a heavy impact at the back of the field. Somehow kept it straight. Not sure who that was going at the last second, but that was a heavy impact. But either way, we'll keep this thing green and back into turn number 1 as we're jumping around through the field here. Got on the exciting cam to try and bring you as much parity as possible, some more action here, and that's really probably the biggest troublesome spot. We talk about it all the time coming here at Rockingham, and coming off of turn number 2, it is just brutal. You really need to make sure, kind of just like Darlington, you need to make sure that car is angled down out of turn number 2, because if you're coming from the bottom and sliding up, that wall is just going to be inviting very much to some of these drivers, and that's why you see a lot of the as far as there's no Rockingham stripes coming out of turn number 2, because it is definitely a big troublesome spot here. Turn 4 coming out right here, not too bad. I don't know if it's just because a less of an aggressive change of banking, but turn 2, the bumps through 1 and 2, and then just the angle that you're coming up out of the corner can be very tricky. And right there,
yeah,
you see.
Yep. This is people get on the throttle a little bit too soon. You find yourself getting pushed into the wall really bad. It's just you're drivers are overdriving the entry, not letting that car rotate. You can't do more than one thing, or the car doesn't like to do more than one thing at the same time. So like braking and steering, pushy, gas and steering, pushy. I mean, it just, no matter what combination you look at it, it really doesn't work out, to your advantage half the time. You gotta let that car rotate. You gotta get off the gas. You gotta let that car be smooth. The smoother you are with your car, the more tire you're gonna have left, and and it's really easy for it to really overdrive a corner because of how inviting the banking is to kind of assist the car from going around. And that's what it's there to do, but you have to use it to your advantage where you can get the most speed out of it. And at the end of this thing, hopefully have some tires left You know, we're out here for 110 laps to get 2 sets of tires over the wall. So it's definitely, you know, a challenge for these drivers to kind of come out here. Early leader Alan Elwood still out front by a good 4 seconds now over Nico Garcia, Danny Ware, and then Tommy Ryan sitting in P number 4, JP Phillips in 5th. Joey Cruz still hanging up there in 6th, Joe Sullivan in 7th, Jeff Ryan in 8th, 9th is Josh Van Weston, 10th Jake Lesh. So good running order there up front by the Platinum, and even Joey Cruz there leading the gold team. So, and a caution is going to fly here for something, I don't know yet. Looks like Tony Lane crashing down off. It looks to be the backstretch. Coming out turn number 2, probably got too heavy on the gas, or bounced off the wall, my guess.
Take a look at it right here. Maybe getting a little help there from the 469 of Courtney Nickerson, trying to keep it up at the top. But I think, you know, just a little bit of a brush of the wall from the 469, kind of, you know, shot her off the wall a little bit and into the 76. But again, this is a situation right here where, you know, Tony maybe drifted up a little bit too high. It could have avoided it by just being a little more cautious, staying that down a little bit lower.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, certainly you can easily put blame on either driver in this one, but, you know, lack of room given is maybe what brought out this caution, but it's going to bring it out at an interesting time here. We're 18 laps into this race. You know, given that it's first race of the season, given that it's Rockingham, a lot of new drivers out there, you know, the chance of it being a little more caution-filled than you'd like to see. Do you dare give up track position, you know, kind of this early in the race? We'll see if any of these drivers from the front decide to come into the pits. Right on board here with Alan Elwood, and he is going to take that opportunity. You never know. Like, we've seen so many times where drivers come in there and just are faking the other drivers out as well as us. But it looks like it is a mass exodus from the track. I don't see anybody staying out right now, and we're back all the way into the mid-20s right now. Drivers coming in. I want to thank all the
couple stayed out.
All the brand new drivers out here. You know, certainly a great turnout here. Once again, this series has been just so popular for so many seasons right now. There's a reason it's on season number 8. It's been so many drivers, series in, series out, and just a testament right here to the good product that these drivers have been putting on for the field. And it looks like some differing strategies here. No surprise to one of them that tries a different strategy, as we see JP Phillips in at the number 20. Is going to try a different strategy. Looks like Courtney Nickerson deciding to stay out. We'll see if she decides to bring it into the pits this time by, or if maybe she's trying to get a lap led here in the season opener. But either way, it is plenty of racing yet to go. Only coming up on lap number 20 right now of 110.
Yeah, plenty going on here, and obviously the drivers will want to be up here. I think the 469 ends up with a black. Is that a black flag? Yep, black flag like there by the number 5 area, the 469. So I have to fall to the back of the pack here, and could maybe just left pit road wrong, or came in too high. I mean, if they would have came in too fast, she would have been in the pit still. But so maybe just passing under yellow or something. I don't know. I wish I could tell. Which one of those things that'd be like, wonder why.
Yep, I wish we had a notification for it.
It would be a helping hand to have those little things to be able to see kind of what happened as a broadcaster. Not privy to any of those things at the moment, unless you're in that person's car, or maybe their trusty spotter. But yeah, going to be a change of leaders here. JP Phillips getting out to the lead, going to lead a little bit, and kind of a mix here. You see the 5 on the outside now, with the 31 of Nico Garcia at the bottom, and the likes of the 66 of Tommy Ryan. So we'll see if the inside line is going to be preferred here, you know, after a fresh pit stop. I don't think tires. I don't know if I don't know if I would have took tires this early on. I don't
Well,
know.
they do have the limited tires for this season, so
Oh, never mind. Yeah,
so
long
yep,
ticket tires.
yep. Most of the field took tires, but not everybody. We have J.P. Phillips. Reason he is in the lead, 2-tire pit stop on that number 20. So deciding to get some extra track position
Oh,
himself that way. And we also have Dave Tilford just outside the top 10 is the first car electing to go no tires on this one. Not sure if he really wanted to do that or not, but they've only had maybe 15.
happened from last season, Carl.
Yeah, exactly. They've had only maybe 15 laps of green flag races, so maybe deciding to save a set of tires for whatever reason for later. I don't know, but it looks like some damage at the back end of that 5 also, Jimmy. Not sure if you noticed that. Pretty heavy damage to the back of the 5 Alan Elwood. Not sure when that came about, but see if it affects the handling here. Well,
Going in the pits.
all right, well, that will.
I seen it happen. I didn't think he got any damage for it. As one of his teammate he came down. I don't know if he was going a little bit too fast. So kind of gave a little heartbreak push, but J.P. Phillips on the gas and kind of lead him down into turn number 1. And Alan Elwood on the outside on some cooler tires. 2 versus 4 as the 21 goes spinning and caution will be out immediately. Then J.P. Phillips will be out front as that happens. So no change there as Van Westen goes around on this one. Richie Bradshaw involved along with AJ Roderick. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting night here tonight. Obviously only 23 laps in and going to be an eventful one here. Obviously full field, new drivers. There's a shot by Ricky Renner, pushes the 54 up into the 21, causing this issue here at the restart. So just wasn't quite ready here at the, to see what was going on. And obviously drivers looking to go around, smokes a flying, and some good avoidance by the rest of the track as the 21 spins off. So yeah, there's no rush. Oh, and then get a pair of tandem slides here to the corner, and one way to warm up some tires. And yeah, so I guess good call there by J.P. Phillips to just take the 2 tires and keep that position up front.
Some hard impact right there as a 78 gets into the 56, sends him around a little bit more. Don't look like too much damage for too many of the cars, but yeah, just some drivers making some just bad decisions on the restart. And again, it's not just giving each other room side to side; it's giving each other room on the restarts as well. You're not going to get anywhere by trying to jump the starts or pass anybody because you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to change lanes and pass anybody before the start finish line. So we'll see some more drivers come into the pits this time by. J.P. Phillips is still going to be your leader. Alan Elwood, Nico Garcia, Danny Ware, and Tommy Ryan for your top 5. Joey Cruz, Jeff Ryan, Joe Sullivan, Jake Lesh, and Joseph Druskowski for your top 10.
Yeah, I really want to see a successful season there for the number 28 this season here. Always driver out there really does have some serious speed in a lot of cases, and right up there, kind of trailing with the likes of the platinum drivers, and he shows a lot of speed on a lot of tracks, and just getting caught up in some bad decision making or just not practicing patience. Obviously, right now in a good position, got a few cars in between him and second place of Jake Lesh. So 6th and 9th, and I think that's the big picture that Joey should kind of look out for is, obviously finishing as best as he can, but being aware of who his competitors there are for the season. Just looks like that Joseph Truslowski is going to go ahead and fall into the upper tier here, maybe gold driver, along with maybe Yates. I'm just looking early on here, anyways, and things can obviously switch around. But Jacob Grube and Dylan Emerson, a lot of them drivers here that the names a lot of them look familiar.
Yeah, Jacob Grube is familiar. Yeah, Grube is a gold driver already, but we know Dylan Emerson obviously is a pretty quality driver, and no surprise at the 41 up there towards the front of this thing. Billy Rickett, same thing. Jason Chrisman up there in the top 16 as well. So we'll see how they shake out once they shake free of that rookie tag. But for now, J.P. Phillips going to lead him back to the green, see if we can get a better restart this time, because it was kind of side by side heading into turn number 1, and it took a pretty good dive there to keep the 20 in front. And he gets a better restart this time, as he is going to lead him down into turn number 1. The 31 of Nico Garcia gets a great jump as well, and he's going to look to try and take second. Tommy Ryan looking to go to third.
Yeah, and that inside line is just so strong, and Alan got a pretty decent start in the outsides, battling now with Tommy Ryan I'm hoping that the rear end damage on the 5 is not going to affect the car too much. And you don't need a perfect car here, Carl, but definitely don't want something that's, down power or anything like that. But the caution flag again flies here. And I think maybe for Courtney Nelson and Josh Van West.
Yeah, we'll take a look. They got involved in an incident earlier, like pretty much right when the restart happened, but there was no caution. We'll take a look at the, this is the restart right here. And you see Van Westen goes to the bottom and maybe not realizing that Nickerson was a little bit slow. Checks up, and they both get, and this right here didn't bring out the caution, but I think when Courtney Nickerson went to get turned around, that's actually what brought out the caution. So this didn't bring out the caution, but it did. So either way, back under caution here at Rockingham, and again, still plenty of time left in this race, just coming up on lap number 30 right now.
Again, patience. Anybody out there listening? And if you got CRN in the background, patience is your friend. You can't stress it enough, especially on the restarts. I know it is so tempting to put the hammer down and try to gain a position or two, but caution after caution does not sit well with a lot of drivers. And, it can be one of those things that, come up and, you got a lot of new drivers in here, and we want them to stay. We want to have good races, so please give each other room for sure. But obviously JP Phillips enjoying this one. Had a really good start out there, and you can see Alan Elwood moved back and look all the way to P4, so no longer on the outside. Now it's going to put the likes of the 31 of Nico Garcia on the outside, who had a great restart behind the number 20. But now it's going to end up on the outside for this restart, moving Tommy Ryan up. And, so now Tommy has got to be, whether he wants that spot or not. But you hear a little bit of, obviously, smart driving here by the 20 to, conserve fuel. So those times are not extended in the pit lane, if something were to, if and when they need to come back down. But, it won't be too long. Those drivers will start thinking about, I'm halfway. Let me go get some fuel and tires again. But if I'm in the back of the pack, I'm topping off pretty much every time. And, especially for the likes of like Josh Van Westen and Joachim. The only thing, the problem with that, Carl, is the tire models today is, they're cold. So you get out on the track and if you put too much power to them, they spin. So, definitely got to be careful back there and work your way up through and take advantage of, maybe having a little bit of a fresher tire and being able to, control your car a little better than the people around you. So, but looking good so far right now. Gonna go back to green here soon as we're working our way down the backstretch. JP Phillips is your leader over Nico Garcia, Tommy Ryan, Alan Elwood, and Joey Cruz. Danny Ware for your first 3 rows.
Yeah, and I agree. If you're somebody like Josh Van Westen, Randy Joachim, AJ Roderick, some of the gold drivers that are kind of buried back in the pack right now, you almost have to go completely off strategy to get yourself better track position. I mean, unless it's a long green flag run, if you get another caution here, you got to kind of do the opposite of what everybody in front of you is doing. If everybody's coming in the pits, you're staying out. If the field is staying out, you're coming in and topping off, maybe even getting a fresh set of tires. But either way, back to the restart zone. Back to the throttle and on the loud pedal here. A little bit of a bobble there as made Tommy Ryan trying to help out JP Phillips, but gets him a little bit loose. Heading into turn 1, Nico Garcia is going to have a slight edge. As they go through 1 and 2 and a little bit of contact, Tommy Ryan sliding around. And somehow he saves it on the backstretch. It looks like Danny Ware may be getting involved in this one, though. We got to take a look back and see what caused this one, because we got quite a few drivers getting caught up in the mix of this on the backstretch. And we'll see the yellow flag here. But I think the action's already happening. Trying to find...
It's on the backstretch. Yeah, it's that car.
Yep, Danny Ware already around. But you see right there is where the contact is. So we got to rewind it here and see what exactly happened here at the front. And it looks like it might have been JP Phillips sliding up a little bit here initially, and see making contact right there with the 31 of Nico Garcia, and Not sure if that kind of spooked Tommy Ryan or not. Well, it didn't spook him at all because he gets in the
No.
back of JP Phillips and ends up getting sideways. But then right there, I'm not sure if that was actually contact or not between the 59 and 35, but Ware gets a little out of shape and unfortunately could not save it on the backstretch here. Ends up heavy impact into the inside. Well, I guess a little bit of a brush to the inside wall there, but it looks like it did do some damage then to 42 and quite a few others getting involved in this one here. Looks like 42 kind of gets away from it just a bit. The 7 is going to go for a bit of a spin there. The 280 gets involved. The 45 technically Necco contact there, side to side. Didn't look like it do any damage right there, but Jeremy Gainey in the 45 going to hit the inside wall and do a little bit more damage as quite a bit of a mix-up here on the restart, and this is where it gets a little tough with these restarts here, especially, again, coming off of turn number 2. It's already tough as it is, and you've seen, I mean, that was from the lead pack. That was their top 5 getting involved in the incident right there and bringing out this caution, but quite a few drivers having a black flag on this one as well. Looks like Luis Arduna having a black flag, Tony Lane, and Courtney Nickerson, just to name a few. Willie Yates is got a meatball flag as well. And we'll have to get in there and serve that one. But we'll get you back live here. It is Nico Garcia that got the jump, or a better jump on that restart there. He is your leader. JP Phillips now on the outside. Then you got Alan Elwood, Joey Cruz, Jeff Ryan for your top 5. So still a Ryan in the top 5. It's now Jeff, and he's another one that's kind of looking for a bit of a bounce back season, as well as he moved himself all the way up to the gold division last season, but kind of had a bit of a down season, and has got relegated down to the silver as well. So it could be a good battle to watch both Jeff Ryan and Joe Sullivan try and work their way for that silver championship, and maybe work their way back into the gold division as well. Pace car lights are out. It's time to get this thing back underway. We're a third of the way through this race, so still plenty to go yet. But this is the first time we're seeing the 31 of Nico Garcia. New paint scheme on that thing, new number as well with the number 31 this season. Still looks like everyone kind of getting in line in the back, but it's time to go racing here as Nico Garcia back on the loud pedal.
Yeah, and great start by 31.05. Even Joey Cruz getting a good start. Was clear of the nobody below. Gets a drop down. Easy pass on the number 20. Going to move that number 28 to P number 3. So good move and great decision making there early on by the number 28. Biggest move of your race, though, if you're trying to keep up with that, is Nathan Nickerson back at P number 50. Oh, take it back. It's going to be the likes of Zane Beardman or Colin. Somebody's the old one. Yep. Yeah, Colin's up. Nathan's up 24.
Yep.
Keeps bouncing between those
Colin's
two.
up 23. Yes, it's kind of back and forth.
Yeah. Keeps messing with my mind here because I got the numbers small so I can see everybody listed up on the SDK, but doing a great job kind of avoid things, and that doesn't mean going ahead, start wrecking, boys. Keep it going. They're having a great race there as they're trying to lock this thing down. I do know Nathan Nickerson's got a lot of talent, especially on the roadside, and getting a chance to talk to him last season, he talked about the difficulties of from from road racing to ovals, and not thinking it would be quite as difficult as it is. So trying to still figure this thing out, and we know it's a driver that has a bunch of talent. Looking forward to a great season by the number 280 of Nathan Nickerson for sure. But Nico Garcia,
we talked about him too much there as he brushes the wall there coming out of turn number 2. But somebody that certainly knows Nathan Nickerson and knows how good he is on the roadside. I brought him into the booth, and we forgot to bring him fully into the booth with us, and that's Ricky Renner with simraces.com, as he's not able to join us out there on the track tonight, but he's going to join us up here in the booth. Ricky, have you been watching the race here so far, and what do you think for the season opener?
It's been wild. I'm probably 5 seconds delayed from you guys watching it live on YouTube here, and it has been nothing but excitement the entire time. You guys have not run out of things to talk about, that is for sure. No,
exactly, and it's certainly it helps when you get 42 drivers starting the race. Looks like Robert Matthews not taking the green flag here tonight, but we did 42 to start the race, so it's plenty of drivers out there. It's just the first race of the season. I know for you guys on the road, you kind of deal with it a little bit too, especially if there's a track that has a crazy turn number 1. it can get a little bit nuts when it comes to a lot of new rookies, a lot of new drivers, a lot of new faces, and trying to get them kind of folded into the meld. How is it out there? I know you hadn't had your experience last season with your first Xfinity Series opening. What is it like with all these drivers out here?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a lot of new people, and honestly, when you're racing, especially in the ovals after last season, it was one of the things that I really had to learn was you don't know any of the drivers or how they drive or any of their tendencies.
Oh.
So, that was.
Ouch. I got Ricky. I got
violent.
Discord up for you if you want. If you don't want to.
Yeah, and just pulled it up. That was violent. That was crazy. But yeah, things like that. Like you don't know their tendencies. You're not really sure what they're gonna do. And the more you race with them, the more you learn. But here at the first race, there's, I would say, what is it, like almost a third of the field
16.
or a quarter of the field is rookies.
16 rookies.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's a lot of new faces.
17 actually. 17.
Oh.
Yeah, so there.
Yeah.
He's hiding.
Yeah.
A lot of new faces mixed in there. They're trying to figure it out. You don't know how new they are to it in the first place, but obviously everybody wants to do as good as they can the first race. We've been off for a little while, so everybody's probably trying a little extra hard there. And it's a long season. They'll sort it out, but every now and then we get one of these races that are like this, and then everybody kind of calms it down and we get back to green flag running. And this looks like a really difficult track to start with.
Well, and that's I think kind of lends it to it as well. It's not exactly the easiest track to start with Rockingham, and then you go to Bristol next week. I know Bristol, surprisingly, can go both ways. I mean, you could see Bristol putting on just a crap show, and you could see Bristol putting on an absolute fantastic race coming next week. And then Kansas, a little bit of a breather, and then the little super speedway action with Talladega. So the first 4 races of the season don't really welcome in new drivers too well. I mean, it's trial by fire for sure.
Yeah, for sure, especially when we get to Talladega and, bump drafting and trying to work together, it could go smooth or it could be chaos. And I could see the same thing with Bristol, which hopefully we're back for that next week and things work out, because it's one that I'm really looking forward to. Just like the high banking, you got a little bit of room there, short track, so the field's going to be tight, and if you stay green, it's going to be a lot of patience. The other thing is, with all the cautions too, I don't know what the offset is on people, changing tires, not taking tires. I could see with the unlimited tires now, like that getting really offset on tire strategies with people. They've been out there for 10 laps rolling around on cautions, so you decide not to take tires. Maybe you jump 10 spots or something in the pits, but then everybody behind you has fresh tires, and we might see a lot more situations like that under caution, because I imagine these guys aren't, Elwood and them, they're not taking tires every time.
Well,
I wouldn't imagine.
Yeah, that's what's kind of surprising me so far. A lot of the top drivers right now, your top 8, last time they were in the pits was lap number 19. Then you got Billy Rickett kind of sliding his way up through the field. He last pit on lap number 33. And then a lot of drivers coming in on that pit stop right there, lap 43. So, I mean, that's a good... I mean, regardless of the fact that you're under caution or not, you're still, still wearing those tires a little bit. Not as much as if you be under green, but when you're talking, a good, almost, 15 lap difference on tires, you should be able to see that between lap 19 and lap 43. So we'll see how it all plays out here as we're going to get this thing back under green this time. The caution lights are out on the pace car. It is Nico Garcia, your leader, Alan Elwood, Joey Cruz, Joseph Truskowski, Joe Sullivan for your top 5. Then you got Dylan Emerson, Nathan Nickerson, Dave Thompson, Billy Rickett, Blaze, all top 4, your top 10. So we're seeing a lot of different faces up through the top 10. Biggest mover is still your teammate there, Ricky, and that's the 280 as he's up 31 spots right now, getting into the session late. Better late than never as we're back to racing here.
Yeah, we got a fun fact for that.
Yep.
Whenever we get going.
Oh, proceed.
Yeah, he might have missed practice and got in there for qualifying because he had an update and buying the track and downloading it. So I had to call his brother and get him woke up to make the race. But he might have almost missed it. So
well, it's working out pretty well.
Finally starting to wake up now.
It's working out pretty well for him right now up there in in 7th position after starting in 39th. So yeah, pretty good start for the other 280. But again, we're back under green flag racing right now. Truskowski, a new one to the series here, and he does have another teammate that is going to be joining next week as well. But certainly the 59 looks to be a force to be reckoned with here, as he is now up 16 spots in 3rd place. And it's not like he has a tire offset. He's got the same set of tires as the rest of these drivers right now up here in the top 10, as they all pit on lap number 19, and giving some work here to Joey Cruz here, who is in 2nd, as they're losing a little bit of time right now to Nico Garcia, trying to check out in front. But the 59 looking racy here on his debut. Alan Elwood back in 4th. Joe Sullivan having a good day right now, up in 5th place. But taking a look at the drivers that last pit on lap 43, JP Phillips is the highest running driver. Didn't really see them making too much moves, so maybe the tire offset not too big with these cautions here tonight, as we are under another one here, trying to see what brought this one out.
Spreading the news. If you guys haven't noticed, at the bottom right-hand side of your screen, you will notice a fresh new logo for Siren.
Oh, there we go. Somehow I bingoed it when I found it here, but let me see what exactly happened here. Looks like Willie Yates getting involved in this one. Oh, you see right there, the 95 into the outside wall, slows everybody up. The 67 gets slowed up, and then the 78, just a little bit of a tap into the 67 there, spins him out on the backstretch. Doesn't look like too much damage, all things considered, but unfortunately they just kind of get caught in amongst each other and just ride that wall a little bit here. But going to bring us another caution, and now we're seeing quite a few drivers towards the back of the pack coming into the pits, with that front crew staying out. So right now, again, you still have the top 6 with Garcia, Cruz, Truskowski, Elwood, Sullivan, and Emerson. Last pit on lap number 19, they are staying out, as is Nathan Nickerson, who last pit on lap number 19. Everybody else has pit since then, so pretty interesting call here for your top drivers, not wanting to give away track position.
Yeah, the top 10,
I'm waiting
hold
number 12 machine.
the top 10 holding tight, Carl. They don't want to give up that track position just yet. This might have been the window, and they might have missed their opportunity to kind of come in with the whole field to make it the rest of the way. But you could have coming in later on, but you're looking at a pretty big disparity now with the the cautions kind of keep flying. The tires seem to be holding up pretty decently. You talked a little bit about JP Phillips, still in the top 10 even after only the 2-tire change, so still holding pretty strong right at the moment. And even for the likes of JP Phillips, I don't know, I think I maybe would have went in and made the call to kind of come in with everybody else. You got a bunch of fast drivers now kind of towards the back. Still 30 drivers on the lead lap, all the way back to Matt Crockett. And then Josh Van Westen back there for 31st will be your first car a lap down, along with the likes of AJ Roderick, that's sporting a sporty black flag at the moment.
Yeah, unfortunately, going to have to serve that as the only one right now with a black flag. But coming out of turns 3 and 4 here, the pace car lights are out, turning in to the pit lane here once again. Handing it over to Nico Garcia, who's back on the loud pedal, racing again here at Rockingham. Truskowski, gets a good jump as well. Gets side by side here with Joey Cruz, trying to get 2nd place. He's going to have it coming off of turn number 2. What does he have for the leader, as like Joey Cruz brushing the wall there a little bit, gives the opportunity to Elwood to get into 3rd. Meanwhile, battle for the lead. Nico Garcia on the outside, Truskowski on the inside. And this is where the cautions breeding caution can get a little bit sketchy for some of these drivers, and that's why, because you don't know when the next caution is coming out. So drivers get a little bit more aggressive trying to make these passes, as close to contact right there off the corner. Elwood trying to get up here in the mix to try and help his teammate out here a little bit, but it is it's halfway through. We're only at the halfway point, and it feels like it's go time already, boys. But while it's halfway, while they're under green flag conditions here, we're going to go ahead and step aside and sit back and listen and watch them ourselves. We'd love to hear it.
59 gets the lead.
Sights and sounds, and unfortunately a few more caution laps here at the Core O'Reilly Series at Rockingham for the season opener. Plenty of drivers still on the lead lap. Plenty of racing yet to go as well. About 40 laps left in this thing. Joey Cruz leads the way. Jason Christman now up into second place and looking to battle for that lead. Looking to the outside for the lead into turn number 1. With the number 54 as he is up 20 spots, but that's not the way to do it. Big impact gets into JP Phillips, who gets back up there on the track, and the 54 gives him plenty of room right there. 3 wide now coming out of the corner. Jeff Ryan had to back out of it there a little bit as Alan Elwood working his way back up through the field. We do have another caution on the track, and it looks like Dan Phelps involved in this one and up jumping to the pit, so we'll see exactly what happened on this. And it looks like just stayed a little bit lower coming off the corner. And Jeremy Gainey coming up the track and unfortunately puts the 85 hard into the inside wall. And the 85 is going to bounce up on the track. Dylan Emerson just sneaking on by on the outside. The 0-1 of Travis Noble, nowhere to go as he has heavy impact there to the front end. The 76 sneaking on by on the inside, as does the 19. But the 57 is another victim.
Not so much.
Unfortunately, Jared Couch going to pick up a meatball on that one as well. So 3 meatballs served on this one. And a lot of pit stops being served now as well. Surprisingly, Joey Cruz, maybe he didn't bring a pit crew with him tonight. He hasn't been in there since lap number 19. We're now at lap number 75. He refused to give up that lead. He's now got Alan Elwood. That's going to be restarting on the outside of him. Dave Tilford, both of them pit on lap number 57, working their way up through the field. Joe Sullivan now back up into 4th. He pit on lap number 61. Tonight just feels like one of those nights where you have to make the right pit stop at the right time to kind of work your way back up through the field, because you're going to fall back through at some point, being on a different strategy. You're going to find your way back up through here. And right now, Joey Cruz just doesn't want to do that, doesn't want to have to work his way back up through the field. He's got the lead. I don't think he's got the fuel to make it to the end. And maybe hoping for one more caution to be able to come in. But, I mean, with everything that's going on here, Jimmy.
He lost his chance, Carl.
If we get a green flag run here, and then Joey Cruz has to pit, he is going to fall a big amount down.
Yeah, he'll go from 1st all the way back to 23rd at a minimum. And, Carl's chuckling up here. And I'm, like I said, props are due when props are due. And I'd probably be the first to say that I'm a pretty hard critic of the number 28. And because I see the talent that the driver has, and then puts in each and every week and makes those mistakes or decisions that will cost him a great finish. And I think that opportunity and that window might have been here, Carl. I mean, I know there's still 40 laps, a good almost 40 laps left, 30 some laps here. That might have been the opportunity where there's a lot of drivers that kind of came in. So now instead of, being 5 cars back, 6 cars back, if he comes in, now he'll be, he'll have 20 cars in front of him. So I'm hoping those tires hold out for the number 28 with a great run. I always say Alan Elwood up there with some newer tires. It's really going to put things in perspective. You got drivers like Alan Elwood, obviously has made his way back to the field, came in on lap 57 along with Dave Tilford, and then Tommy Ryan. Something might be going on with the 66.
Nah, it looks like just waiting.
Wait for somebody to pass.
Yeah, I think he got the lucky dog, I believe, on this one, so I was just waiting to get back to the back of the field here. But
like the 66 got a long way to go.
I mean,
to come back through.
28 of Joey Cruz. We said before, it didn't seem like 15 lap difference in tires was that much. He's got almost 40 lap difference compared to Alan Elwood, and he's got even more to Joe Sullivan, as Joe Sullivan pit at lap number 61. So you're looking at a good 42 lap difference in tires. So fuel, I don't think is going to happen. I don't think he can make it to the end on fuel. As far as tires, can he make it to the end? Yes. Will he be competitive all the way to the end? Unless we get caution after caution after caution, and he keeps being the leader on these restarts. That might be the only way that he has a chance yet. And at 5, still got that damage in the back end, but it doesn't seem like it's hurting too much. Pace car lights are out. Back into the pits, back to the restart zone, and back on the loud pedal again is the field. Joey Cruz leads it for now, but Alan Elwood gets a great restart here on the outside. Going to try and take the lead through turns 1 and 2. And you see those lower tires already going to work, but we do have another caution. Very quick caution here. Who was the leader at the line is the question. Looks like Elwood just did take that lead, but it looks like we got another pretty big pile up here at the back of the field. We'll take a look and see what happened.
Too many. I think I'm in an Italian restaurant with all the meat. What?
Big impact right there as the 67 gets sent around, and unfortunately, Tommy Ryan just trying to get through the mess here and gets tangled up in this one as well. But tons of meatballs as you got Dylan Emerson, Colin Flickiger, Jared Couch, Tony Lane, Travis Noble, and Richie Bradshaw now with a meatball flag. We'll take a look. I know definitely got some 41 fans out there, but you seen right there just kind of caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. Gets hard impact spun around, and it's really where he got hit that caused the most damage right there. And you see that left rear not exactly too healthy, but going to bring us under another caution. And Jimmy, we'll get you back live here and to show you that the 28 has finally given up. He's given up the lead.
He ain't give up.
Well,
he just finally listened. He just lost his opportunity, but he's in the pits right now, and you can see where he's going to come out. You know, he's looking top 20. So, like, if he would have taken the stop before, he would have been, like, in the top 10. So, I mean, that's that decision making. And, you know, and obviously this is key here, Carl. I mean, to make pit stops at the right time. You got fast drivers in the back that are having issues because drivers are having anxiety about trying to make one position on turn number 1 on lap number 80. It just doesn't happen. You can't go from 21st to 1st in any dang track and any game ever. So, like, if there's a driver out there, you just need to relax, calm down, drive your race. If you're fast, you'll get there. If you're not, oh well. You can't win them all. You're not Alan Elwood.
And even Alan can't win them all. He only won 70% last year.
Yeah, he didn't win them all. So, I mean, things happen. I mean, a little bit of ha-has, but Alan knows that we know who our drivers are. But the drivers that are patient are the ones that you're seeing kind of creeping to the top. Look at the board. Nathan Nickerson hasn't been he's great on road. He's been great on road, and he finds himself up in the top 5 just for driving smart. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes just a great finish can net you, points you need for your championships to be your class leader, your class winner at the end of the season. So, we've seen drivers not win a race and be like 2nd or 3rd in the points. Like, it's not a necessity to try to best somebody into turn 1.
I believe we've even seen a driver win a championship without winning a single race. I mean, it's possible.
So.
You just got to be consistent about it. But I got to say that this may be a first. As long as we've been doing this point system with all the different divisions, this may be a first that we see the platinum, the gold, the silver, and the bronze drivers in order. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, it's. I guess
Come on, rookie.
Damn rookie's back there in 7th position with Dave Thompson leading the rookies right now. But I mean, it's just a little cool tidbit right there. But hopefully, we can get some green flag racing here to end this thing because the time is ticking down here as well. We don't run into it too often here in the Core O'Reilly series, but the series only has a 1 hour and 30-minute curfew, and right now we're over an hour into the race. It shouldn't be an issue. They should be able to get this thing done even with a couple more cautions, but we want to see some green flag racing out there, and I know everyone out there in CRN Nation wants to see some green flag racing as well. If you haven't done so yet, hit that like and subscribe. Get you in touch with everything that CRN has to offer, and hopefully we can get this thing done and dusted, get ourselves a winner, get out of here, head off to Bristol, and we'll let the Gladiators do some battle there at the Last Ray Coliseum next week. But we still got plenty of racing action the rest of the week here in CRN with the doubleheader tomorrow night with CSRL and Pit Road Speed Limit Racing, and then Virtual Velocity Racing on Thursday. But for now, here on Tuesday night. We're back to racing here at the Rock.
Back to racing. A pretty decent start front. I think some slippage up in a few spots, but everybody were able to kind of work it out here. And, you know, heed warning as the admins are watching closely, even from the eye in the sky here in the booth. You know, Alan Elwood getting a nice start there. The one of Joe Sullivan finds himself up there, maybe with a bad season, you know, staying out of trouble, having a smooth race. Dave Tilford, you know, top of the gold division, you know, in 6th place right now. Clean race. There's a push in the back here, going 3 wide. Down into turn number 3. Right there behind the likes of the number 20 of JP Phillips that was alongside Jeremy Gainey.
Oh, bit of a bobble back there. Looks like gonna save it. Willie Yates. And
He got it straight. He's slow.
somehow we avoid a caution out of that one,
Caution.
but then
No.
there's caution on the backstretch. Big incident here.
Oh, goodness.
And quite a
Oh,
few.
56, JP Phillips involved, Gainey, Roderick, Jason Algarini, Tommy Ryan not having the start he needed.
3 wide. Jeremy Gainey pitches up a little bit
just-
too much right there. And big impact right there. A lot of cars involved.
Oof.
This is definitely the big one here at the Rock, as we got 4 more drivers. Actually, sorry, 6 drivers. Yep, 6. Okay, I was going to say it was at 7. Looks like Randy Yoakum, somehow Jeremy Gainey didn't get a meatball in this one, but Tommy Ryan, JP Phillips, AJ Roderick, Jared Couch, I believe, had a meatball from earlier, as did Richie Bradshaw. So I guess 4 new meatballs on this one. But yeah, this is a bit of a rough one. And again, we mentioned it at the beginning. We mentioned it to the drivers. Room. Give each other room. And this was another one right here. You can go 3 wide. You can go 3 wide through the corners here. You can go 3 wide on the exit, but you have to give room. And the room wasn't given on this one. And back under caution here. And we're down, getting closer to 20 laps to go, but still got 24 laps to go in this thing. Again, you keep an eye on that time, because there's only 25 minutes left in this race. Right now, it's taking them about 56 minutes under caution per lap. So, you know,
Carl,
if
there's
you
6
caution this
meatballs
thing
out
out,
there.
it's not going to happen. You definitely need some green flag racing to finish this thing out.
I got enough meatballs for a extra large meatball sandwich. We spread some mozzarella cheese on top of that. Man, I'm eating dinner great here tonight. Yeah, just a lot of aggressive driving here early on, and obviously trying to figure things out. But Alan Elwood doing what he does best, you know, getting back out front, surviving, working his way through the field, is able to get back in the lead. Joe Sullivan with some great, patience here tonight. Finds himself up there, P number 2. Nico Garcia kind of getting entangled in some stuff earlier on. Back up there. Even Danny Ware, 35, shows the face yet again here early on, or from early on, back up here late. So Joseph Truskowski up there to number 59. Michael Rakes up there. Great move. 27 spots. Nathan Nickerson. It's 30 spots from patience and just being as clean as he can here tonight. In a good spot. Billy Rickett down a few spots, but still just right outside the top 10, down the inside. Joey Cruz back up to P number 12, has a couple more spots to get back up to where he started, and obviously I'm sure he's wishing that he would have heard my advice earlier, but I'm still rooting for the number 28 here tonight to continue to get up there in that top 10, or possibly back up in the top 5 where he was running. Good job for some of these drivers. Not so good for others, but we're almost done here. We're on lap 88, about to roll over to start lap number 89. The lights will go out on the pace car as Alan Elwood leads them around here at the Rock.
Yeah, lights are going to go out right here, and we get this thing restarted. It's going to be just a quick math, 21 laps left in the race. But you see that the car count starting to dwindle down a little bit. A lot of meatballs left out there that need to be served, and probably no fast repairs to serve them. So right now we're down to 22 cars on the lead lap, with John Williams, the last one, on the lead lap in 22nd, as Alan Elwood is your leader. Joe Sullivan, Nico Garcia, Danny Warren, Joseph Truskowski for your top 5. Michael Rakes, Jeff Ryan, Jason Chrisman, Nathan Nickerson, and Josh Van Westen for your top 10. Definitely some big movers both ways, going up and down the order here, as Michael Rakes himself up 26 positions, along with, as mentioned, Nathan Nickerson up 30. You got Blaze all-top rookie out there up 19 spots as well. So some big movers, and then you can look at big movers going the other way. Tommy Ryan, JP Phillips not having the races that they wanted to have here, down 25 and 24 spots respectively. But we're back on the Loud Pedal racing here once again at the Rock, and we'll see what we can do to try and get this thing done before the curfew hits.
Yeah, curfew coming very quickly. You know, not a typical thing here at Corp for sure. It's been quite a while since we've ran up into any of those issues, but with the field thinning out a little bit, hopefully it cleans it up and we can get this thing green to the end. Down to less than 20 laps to go here with the Cork Xfinity. I see some smoke in the air. That might have just been coming off pit road.
That's just somebody enjoying a cigarette under all these cautions, and might be just finally flicking it out the window, I think.
Yeah, it's a Sunday drive. I mean, Tuesday.
Yes, exactly. Well, field spread out here quite a bit. It sucks on top of it that we don't have the track map. You know, not that we don't know what the track looks like, but just to see this field kind of spread out here a little bit, and hopefully that's what happens here to the end, that they spread out here a little bit and get some racing, which it looks like they're doing right now. Taking a look back here just outside the top 10, looking at some of these battles back towards the back of the pack. Meanwhile, Alan Elwood leading the way over Nico Garcia, and some pretty close racing at the front of this field as well. But we got a wreck right here in the back. Trying to see who it involved.
It should pop up. They went running around.
Right there at the end.
I think, Carl, we might have to. I think there's a new setting for SDK that you can change for like cautions or like speed changes or something. I forget what it is. Well, not too bad. Just some spin arounds.
A little bit of damage to the back end of the 845 of Dave Thompson, who's up there towards the front, top running rookie earlier on in the race. But going to have to get that thing back to pit road. Maybe get some fresh tires. Maybe see what the pit crew could do to clean that thing up. But now the question lies. I mean, we talked about it, and we said, no way Joey Cruz can make it to the end when he last been on lap number 19. Now I question, how far can these drivers make it, period? Because last time Alan Elwood was in, lap 57. It's still a pretty good long way. I mean, you're looking at 53 laps to get to the end from when Alan Elwood last pit. Can he make it to the end without coming back into
Joey
pits?
made it to 79 with all the pit stops.
But 60 laps with a bunch of cautions, though. If we were to get a, knock on wood, if we were to get a green flag run to the end here, is that enough to get Alan Elwood to the end? We'll see how it plays out. Nico Garcia last pit on 66. Joseph Truskowski last pit on lap number 74. So progressively newer tires that are going to be starting right behind Alan Elwood here on this restart. As looks like Jeremy Gainey coming around the outside to get his lucky dog here. Excuse me, and it's going to put 23 cars. Actually, sorry, we're at 21 cars on the lead lap. Jeremy Gainey going to be back to, I believe, 2 laps down right now. But still got a good amount of cars still out there, but certainly some breakage out there on a lot of cars, and it's a season opener. You hate to see it regardless, and this field can definitely put on better races than this. Hopefully we'll see it already next week at Bristol, and I'm sure there's going to be some turnover as it typically is, with any kind of league, but it's just kind of getting the feel and getting into the race, and some drivers just get a little anxious, and especially with the cautions, breeding cautions here tonight, and the drivers are a little bit too anxious to get their way back up through the field, and it sounded like sort of a car blow up. I'm not sure who that was, but
I'm not surprised. Money ship under caution.
Somebody not going to make it to the end without going into the pits. Not sure who that was, but Alan Elwood going to lean him back to the green. Nico Garcia, Joseph Truskowski, Danny Ware, Joe Sullivan for your top 5. Jeff Ryan, Jason Chrisman, Josh Van Westen, Joey Cruz, and Michael Rakes for your top 10. I want to thank our sponsor here for the series, simraces.com. Check them out as they're still working on getting the website up and running, but it'll lead you to their Discord in the meantime, as they're going to have a lot of different things that they're trying to dip their toes in and really help iRacers in general get better. But it's time to get this thing back underway. Maybe next time by, looks like pace car lights back on. Make sure everybody is back in the correct spots, and then we'll get everything back underway next time by. And we're going to be looking at can't even math right now. There's been so many cautions out here tonight.
12.
But as it's going to be 13 laps left in this race, we'll see who's going to take home the first checker flag of the season.
Yeah, some team battles going on up front. Obviously, the newcomer of Joseph Truskowski. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. But Danny Ware up there as well. So, SWM supporting here tonight, getting back up to the front where they started. And Joe Sullivan having a good run here tonight. Your leader for the platinum is Alan Elwood. Leader of the silver, Joe Sullivan. Leader of gold is Josh Van Westen. Leader of your rookies Joseph Truskowski, and bronze is Luis Orduna up in P number 14.
Pace car is off, back to the restart zone one more time, and we are racing again at the Rock. Little bobble from Nico Garcia on the outside. Truskowski already looking to try and get back to the lead. He had it briefly earlier. He's going to move himself back into second place. He's got 17 lap newer tires than Alan Elwood. This thing is not done and dusted just yet. And I'm sure Alan wouldn't mind a few more cautions to get him in a better spot to win this thing, because he's going to have a mirror full of this 59, I think, all the way to the end.
Yeah, 59 is showing some pretty decent speed here tonight. And not knowing some of these people, obviously, the first impression is always the iRating, and I take it with a grain of salt, but because I know how tough the official series can be. But doing a fantastic job there, and then number 59 up there in P number 2 right now. Looking good here as the field starts to get into a single file. So looking, I'm sure we'll see some moves being made here for some position to 35, moving back a little bit, losing some spots as he's kind of hung on that outside there, as it looks like Tommy Ryan.
Jeff Ryan.
Not Tommy. Jeff Ryan.
Jeff Ryan. The other
Ryan. Is going to be able to make that move. Joey Cruz down that inside as well. May be able to get a few more spots here as well. So doing a pretty decent job. Oh, no. Hang on to Joe.
He does. He gets into the side of Jason Crispin there. And it looks like they're both going to be able to save it on that one. Crispin on the outside wall off of turn number 2. But again, everybody's got to be safe. Luis Orduna sideways in the wall. And that may end up bringing out another caution here. As Orduna sideways does a good job holding the brakes right in the middle of the track. Looks like the 42 John Williams Sr. involved in this one as well. Take a look back and see what happened on this one. Orduna, a little bit of a bobble, and then maybe still trying to save it on the backstretch, and ends up hooking straight across the nose of the 42.
Racing ordeal.
Yep, unfortunately, and the 42. It's a pretty good piece of this one as well. Looks like he is smoking, but able to drive away. Gonna have a meatball, but if he's got a fast repair, he can still get back into this race. But maybe a little bit of reprieve for the 5 there, as he was certainly under a little bit of pressure on that restart. But now Truskowski's gonna have to try and get it from the outside. Meanwhile, Danny Ware from the top 5 gonna come into the pits. Michael Rakes just outside the top 10 coming into the pits as well. So I'm not sure if they're trying to make a big leap here at the end of this race, or what the case is, because we're down under 10 laps to go right now. When we get this thing going, it'll probably be around 5 laps to go. Seeing a lot of cars towards the back of the lead lap here into pit lane.
Yeah, I think some drivers obviously trying to figure out something here towards the end, and if you're in the back, it's going in, and if you got that fast repair, getting your car fixed, fresh tires, whatever it may be, maybe a splash of fuel to make sure you got enough. You don't have to save anything. These drivers up front are gonna just keep clutching in and continue to use as little as fuel as possible. I'm sure to make sure they can make it. The front few are looking good here at the moment. Got an array of different drivers up there. Terry Jansen has advanced. We've been I don't think I've said his name all night, but bronze driver Terry Jansen now finds himself in the P number 14, leading the bronze, and his nearest competitor would be Nathan Nickerson back in 19th. So Terry having seemed to be a pretty clean race. I don't think I've seen him get involved in anything, so maybe not too fast here tonight, but able to find himself in a decent position at the moment in that 00.
He's still alive, and that's worth saying something right now, the way this field has been going here tonight. And we'll get another restart here. Pace car lights are out, and we'll see if they stay out here down the backstretch. I know there's a couple times we've had some extended cautions here, but hopefully we'll get this thing back underway this time by, and if we do, we'll have 6 laps remaining in the race. Alan Elwood, Joseph Truskowski, Nico Garcia, Joe Sullivan, Jeff Ryan for your top 5. So we got a couple of platinum drivers battling inside the top 5, a couple of silver drivers battling inside the top 5. And you got Joey Cruz, Josh Van Westen, 6th and 7th are your top driving gold drivers right now. Terry Jansen is your top bronze driver by quite a bit as Nathan Nickerson came into the pits that time by. Pace car is in. We're back to green here at the Rock. Hopefully the last restart we see. Hopefully we see a good battle to the end. Nico Garcia gets a good jump with his teammate. Joe Sullivan sticks his nose in there trying to get 3rd here as he battles with Truskowski off of turn 3 or turn 2.
Yeah, short-lived run there. Caution flies.
Did not see where that one happened.
Me neither. Can't even look at that track map.
Yeah, exactly.
If you know, Carl, of all the widgets and stuff and that iRacing has added, I am really kind of surprised that the track map has not became one of them. There's very little outside things that you need to have a decent race.
Trying to find, there we go. We'll try to rewind it here from Danny Ware, see what happened. It's like dive in late break into turn number 1, already sideways, and then just gets a little extra nudge and a helping around there into turn number 3, or sorry, turn number 1, and it gets it straightened back out. So really no damage to anyone except for losing some positions there on this one, but gonna bring us under another caution here. And Jimmy, we got about 9 minutes left in the curfew time here, but we should be good to go, even with some green white checkered action, because that's what we're getting very close to right now. It may be just overtime at this point, because it is already on lap number 107, and again, the driver should be good to go on fuel, especially with all these cautions. I think Alan Elwood should be good to go, having pitted on lap number 57. The fact that he's weaving back and forth, just trying to keep some heat in those tires, it tells me he's probably got plenty of fuel to get to the end of this thing. Nico Garcia, Joseph Truskowski, Sullivan, Ryan for your top 5, then Cruz, Van Westen, Chrisman, Lesh, and Topher for your top 10. Again, first race of the season. Hopefully this is gets the cobwebs off some of these drivers that are coming back for returning season. Gets some of these rookies a taste of what kind of experience they're going to need to compete here in the series, and see what happens come next week. There's usually always a turnover after the first race or two. You know, we had some racers like Ricky Renner not able to make it here tonight, so we'll see who's out there next week for Bristol. But hopefully, after the Edmonds, we'll toil over the penalties after this race. We'll see if anybody's even suspended after race number 1. But either way, it's time to go back to racing here. It is going to be an unofficial green-white checkered here, as we're going to take the green with 2 laps to go. Got to imagine the teammates here of Elwood and Garcia probably going to try and work together and time this restart well so they can compete for the win and try and keep the likes of Truskowski and Sullivan out of the mix. But going to be tough here on what could very well be the last restart. And again, a great restart for the 5 of Elwood. Garcia tries to stick with him into turns 1 and 2. Truskowski to the inside. Looks like the field is going to go through 1 and 2 here. Truskowski a little bit hot through the corner, gets into the wall off of 2. Opportunity for Garcia, but not going to happen. Some sideways bouncing off the walls there. Can we get back to white flag is the question. Looks like everybody's going to survive. White flag in the air. 1 more lap to go. We'll finish this thing under green. No matter what, at this point, heading off on the backstretch. It was certainly a great season for the 5. Last season, 70% of the races went to Elwood for the victory. He's going to start off season number 8. A rough one here, but he is back on top, ready to defend his crown. Alan Elwood, your winner here at the Rock. Joseph Truskowski coming home in second. A great rookie debut for the 59. Nico Garcia in third. Joe Sullivan, Jeff Ryan rounding out your top 5. Josh Van Westen ends up being your top finishing gold driver here tonight. Joey Cruz, Jake Lesh, Jason Chrisman, and Dave Tilford for your top 10. Your top finishing bronze driver going to go to Terry Jansen as he is looking to have a little redemption this season. And, we didn't talk about him that much during the race. We're going to have to talk to him after the race here. We'll try and get if I can find the right camera here. I'll show you exactly what he's looking for this season. He missed the championship last season. He's looking for redemption this season, and we'll get a chance to talk to him here. Yep. But on the front stretch, burning it down here one more time, already starting with a win. Alan Elwood, your victor here tonight. Jimmy, why don't you give us a rundown of our final finishing results here tonight?
Final finishing results here tonight at The Rock is going to be Alan Elwood as your overall winner over Joseph Truskowski with Nico Garcia in P number 3. Joe Sullivan will finish in 4th with Jeff Ryan in 5th. 6th is Josh Van Westen. 7th is Joey Cruz. Jake Lesh in 8th. Jason Crispin in 9th. Dave Tilford with a top 10. We have Jacob Grubb, Matt Crockett, Billy Rickett, Terry Jansen and then Danny Ware for 15. Michael Rakes, Nathan Nickerson, Blaze Alltop, John Williams, Zane Bierman for a top 20. Louis Arduna, Dave Thompson, Jeremy Gainey, Jason Lapan, Datelin Drummonds, Dan Phelps, Willie Yates, Courtney Nickerson finishing in 28th, Jason Algrini in 29th, Troy Snyder back in 30th. 31st, Tommy Ryan, JP Phillips, Randy Yoakum, AJ Roderick, Dylan Emerson, Colin, Jared Couch, Tony Lane, Travis Noble, Steve Harris, Richie Bradshaw, PJ Jackson, and we'll give a shout out to Robert as he maybe was out there just getting some practice in with everybody, but it's good to have a 43 car field here. Obviously, core is home for myself and Carl, so I hold everybody with the highest standards. So hopefully you don't take anything I've said too much to heart, but get your shit together. And I'm sure the couple coming weeks will get a little bit easier with 17 rookies out there. So a lot of new faces and a lot of new different driving styles to be around here tonight as everybody learns the rules and regulations here at Core. But congratulations to all the division winners and all the runner-ups, and we'll see everybody next week. But we'll get to talk to those podium finishers here just in a minute.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and get to that. But before we do, I want to thank everyone out there for tuning in to CRN here tonight. If you haven't done so yet, hit that like and subscribe. Get you in touch with everything that CRN has to offer. And I want to thank simraces.com for putting up the sponsorship here again this season. And also a shout-out to Kim's Cups and More. Check them out on Facebook. And get you some custom merchandise and anything that you want, whether it's pre-made or you can get something custom made as well. That's kimscupswithak.com. But we'll go ahead and get our top finishers here tonight. We'll rewind it back here a little bit. I'm sure wherever I pick is going to be a caution somewhere. But either way, we'll get back here and start with our winner here tonight in the bronze division, and don't get a chance to talk to him hardly at all. On his redemption tour this season, He's got it on the hood. He's got it on top of the boards tonight in the bronze division. That is going to be the 00 of Terry Jansen. Terry, welcome to the booth. You survived the mayhem in race number 1, and you're going to leave here with the lead in the bronze division.
Are you kidding me? After 5 years of trying redemption, yes.
I mean, maybe that's all it took. We always talk about, look fast, go fast. Maybe, just look angry and drive angry. I don't know what it is, but the redemption already paying off so far. I mean, it's only one race down out of 10, but this was a tough one to kind of check off the list just to get through the rock here tonight.
It was really tough.
So talk to me about, the field size out here tonight. I mean, you had a pretty decent qualifying effort, all things considered, qualifying up there in 24th, kind of midway through the pack. Not exactly fun, I would assume, starting right there in the middle of these 42 cars.
Well, after I let him kind of slip by me a little bit and spread out a little bit, it made it feel more like it was 20 cars.
Well, it certainly it did end up weeding itself out here throughout the race, but you're able to work your way through here and get yourself just outside the top 10. A great finish, not just the winner here in the bronze, but a good finish up there in 14th. So, congrats on your finish here tonight, and wish you luck on your redemption tour. Maybe it won't be the last time we talk to you here this season. Hopefully not. But for now, before we let you go, who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Well, first, I do got to give a shout out to God. Without the support there, I wouldn't have been here at all. All my friends and family that are watching worldwide, I even have people in Australia watching this. So, yeah, I'm super happy and glad that everyone was able to enjoy this.
Well, it was certainly fun to see that we were going to get to interview you finally up here. And like I said, hopefully it won't be the last time we talk to you this season. But take some time, celebrate this one. We'll see you next week at Bristol.
Thank you very much. I'll see you again next week in the booth.
All right, buddy. Calling a shot there. The 00 of Terry Jansen Jr. finishing in 14th here tonight. A great finish there as your top bronze driver. Your top silver driver here tonight and on a bit of a redemption tour himself is the one of Joe Sullivan.
Yo, Jimmy and Carl in the booth. You copy, buddy?
I do. What's going on, boys?
Well, not too bad ourselves watching this mess a little bit here. But it was a pretty different race. Obviously, a huge field and a lot of new drivers out there. You're able to survive tonight and work your way after having a great start here tonight, starting back there in 6th, I believe it was. You finished there in the top 5. So just want to say congratulations, man. Get your kind of view out there on some of the things that might have changed and what's motivating you to do well this season.
I got to be honest. I'm surprised I had some pace here tonight. I did an official last week, and I was complete dog crap. And I guess I found something here tonight in practice, and was able to put down a pretty good qualifying lap. And as most of you know, I'd never qualify very good, and I was surprised to be up there that far. And then just as many cautions as we had, I was able to stay up there and keep it up front. Did have to pit and come from the back a little bit there, and we made our way back up front and was able to hold on to 4th there. It was I'm pretty surprised, but I think we may have found some pace this season, so hopefully I'll be talking to you boys here a little bit more.
Well, we definitely enjoy talking to you for sure. You've been out there quite a while. I always enjoy. You still mess me up changing your number to the number 1. Looking for the Skull Bandit machine every week now. But it's great to talk to you, Joe. Again, great race tonight. Great start, great finish. A way to start the season off here for 2026. So looking forward to hopefully talking to you many more times this season. So, but before we let you get out of here and go celebrate, we'll go give you some time for any shots you may have in at number 1.
I was ready to go back and watch this one, and appreciate you guys up in the booth and everybody here at Core. I got demoted, so I got to put some extra work in and get back to gold.
Yes, sir.
I already told Carl I was going to get there, so after I win Giga, I'll be in gold.
You're off to a great start here, working your way back, a little bit of redemption to gain what you lost from last season. But again, like we said, congratulations and thanks for all the shout outs, and we'll let you go celebrate this one with your friends and family. Yes, sir.
That is your top finisher in the silver division here tonight, in fourth place overall. Not just a good finish in the division. That's a great finish, getting in the top 5 here, and again on his redemption tour as well, the one of Joe Sullivan. Top spot here tonight in the gold class is gonna go to Josh Van Westen in at the number 21. Josh, a good run for you here tonight. And it looked like it was going to be tough to beat Joey Cruz out there. It looked like he had that 28 rolling here tonight, but you stuck with it. You know, involved in a few things here in that Jack Daniels number 21, but you survived the rock, and you walk away here with the top spot in the gold division.
Yeah, man, I'll take it. After that rough start, got all the way up to, I think it was like 8th, and then had a little incident, and then accidentally got in the Courtney there and caused a caution. I felt so bad. I dove it in a little too hard and trying to be a little patient, and she just checked up a little bit sooner and ended up going a lap down, so I had to fight to get the lap back. So yeah, I'll take 6. I was hoping to try to chase down Alan a little bit. I had good speed at Rockingham, and just really hoping to get top 5 or top 3 tonight, but glad I was able to beat Joey out. But Joey's always a good driver. He's always fun to race with. So
Yeah, it looks like the gold division as well as the silver, and you can always throw the bronze in there as well. It looks like all these divisions, except maybe the platinum, could be a real tough one to win this season. And I mean, you guys got a lot of drivers already in there: Joey Cruz, Jake Lesh, Jacob Grube coming back this season, Dave Tilford. You know, a lot of really good drivers already in the gold division, and some of these rookies that came out here tonight, not exactly too bad of drivers either.
nope, gotta keep an eye on everybody, no matter who they are, what division they're in. Everybody has their track, everybody has their way they race, and sometimes their way of racing is better. I find it funny. There was a comment you made because I listened to the race when we were on, just as a little teaser, and you said something about winning a championship without winning a race. Hey, that's me for the silver division 2 seasons ago.
Exactly. See, I knew we had it. I knew we had it at one point. Well, listen, you got
Yep,
the
didn't
silver.
win a single race.
You got the silver night, and now you got to try and get the gold. But hopefully,
Yeah.
you get yourself a win to make it a little bit easier.
I
But
hope so.
well, either way, congrats on the top 10 finish here tonight, the top spot and the gold. Before we let you go and get out of here, who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Just give a shout out to you guys at CRN. Shout out to the guys that are sponsoring the league the season. Without you guys and them, this just isn't possible. Shout out Alan for the win. And then just shout out everybody else that keeps showing up to make the league what it is, and let's go racing.
All right, buddy. Well, congrats again on the top spot here in the gold. We'll let you go celebrate. We'll see you next week at the Coliseum.
Sounds good. Thank you.
That is the 6th place finish here tonight, Josh Van Westen and the number 21. And by Coliseum, I don't mean the LA Coliseum. We don't run short tracks like that. We're going to the last great Coliseum, Bristol, next
I'll
week.
take the night off.
Exactly. So will I. It'll just be a simulcast one. But either way, we got our top 3 now ready for their interviews, and your 3rd place finisher here tonight. Yeah, okay. For some reason, I didn't see him in there at first. But yeah, your 3rd place finisher here tonight, Jimmy, is going to be the 31 of Nico Garcia.
Nico, Jimmy and Carl up in the booth. How are you tonight?
What's going on, boys?
Hey, welcome back, and putting that 31 up front to start with in P number 2, and you finished in P number 2. Obviously, took a little earlier pit stop, and you had to work your way through the field, and it looked like a tough one out there tonight as some of the new drivers and rookies trying to get used to each other and how things kind of work around here. But you're able to get that 31 back up towards the front here. And did you have anything maybe for Alan if we would have had a chance to stay a little bit longer green flag runs?
I don't know, man. I mean, I had better tire than he did. I think probably by like 10 laps. So, I mean, who knows? I mean, it could be. I might have. I tried to get him on a restart once, and it's just, he's really good on the restarts. And trying to time him is real tough. The best way to kind of get a jump with him is being behind him. So it's just difficult. I mean, tonight was just difficult all around. Track was, the sun would come out, make the track real slick in some areas, and then the clouds would come out and have more grip, and it was crazy tonight. It really was. A lot of new drivers tonight. We're trying to get used to who is who and how who races how and all that stuff, man. It's just one of those first race of the season type dilemmas, and I would like to think I had enough for him tonight, but I don't know, man. You never know with that one.
Tall order there for the 31 and get around the 5 as always. But you did get a great start. You ended up with a great finish, and one way to start a rocky race. At a good pace, I guess. So congratulations here tonight on your finish. I'll give you some time for any shouts on that car.
Yeah, for sure, man. Obviously, big props to Alan on Elwood Design and Esports team. Let me pilot this 31 Chevy tonight. Really fun to drive tonight. I mean, I had a great time. Really interested to see how everything goes going forward as far as, I don't have too many races on this new tire build and this new rubber in with this car. So I am still kind of learning a little bit. But, it was great. Big shout out, AJ Roderick Racing Development. So I'll give a big shout out to him. Obviously, he's my guy. So Semi Market, obviously, all the guys here that run the EDE cars are all running Semi Market paints and paints made by Alan, who's a designer at Semi Market. So check those guys out; they're great. And then Performance Powder Coating, man. But other than that, you guys up in the booth, letting us do what we do every week. And put on a great show for friends, family, fans to watch, and let us do what we do.
Again, I appreciate the shout outs as always. Again, congratulations on your finish, and we'll let you go celebrate this one with your friends and family. Yes, sir.
That is your third place finisher here tonight, the 31 of Nico Garcia. Second place here tonight is first race here in the Core O'Reilly Series, and a heck of a showing by the 59 of Joseph Truskowski. Joe, first of all, welcome to the series. Welcome to the chaos apparently here tonight, as Rockingham was not exactly kind to you guys tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a fun race. It got going, but what are you going to do with first race of the year and new people? But thank you for welcoming me.
It was certainly a good race for you, as you started back there in 20th, but I'm guessing maybe just a little slip up in the qualifying, because once you got that 59 running, you seem to have some good pace out there.
Oh, I got good pace everywhere I go, and I'm here to win. I'm not here to run 5th. I'm not here to run 10th. I'm here to win. I'm here to be in the championship running for sure.
Oh, that's good, because we need some competition for these boys up here at the top, and that's what you're giving them here tonight. Coming to the end of the race, I know there was a few cautions there. Best you could restart was second. You restarted third a couple times. It seemed like third was a better option, because you can get that jump and get yourself to second. You had 17 lap newer tires than Elwood, your leader here, but was there anything different that could have happened? Maybe some more green flag running to get yourself up to the top.
Yeah. Having the new tires there just wasn't doing it for me on the short run, and Alan's definitely a good driver. I'm finding out he's the guy here, and he was driving it in deeper than me, holding me off, gaining time on me. If I would have had a long run, I'm sure I could have maybe sealed it up a little bit more, but he outdrove me tonight, and that's all right. We'll see how it goes in the coming weeks.
All right, buddy. Well, congrats on your second place finish here tonight. A good start to the series for sure. We'll let you go celebrate, but before we do, who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
First off, shout out Alan for winning the race. It's a great drive by him. Put it on pole, I'm pretty sure, too.
You did, yep.
Shout out my buddies for watching. Shout out Miller Light. And I'll see you guys next week. Probably be talking to you again.
All right, buddy. Oh, congrats again on the second place. That is the 59 of Joseph Truskowski coming home in second place. One spot short of your winner here again. That's going to be the 5 of Alan Elwood.
Alan, Jimmy and Carl on the boot. You copy?
I got you guys.
Your seat's cold, brother.
No, I was told it was kept warm. So.
You weren't in it. No, welcome back here as always, man. Obviously, we know how these short tracks that are fast can go, and obviously, new season, a lot of new faces, a lot of cars on the track. You were able to obviously get it on the pole here tonight to kind of set the precedence. You took an earlier pit stop, found yourself mid-pack, and had to work your way back up through. Got a little damage, I think, was from your teammate entering the pits on the back end of your car, but didn't affect that car at all here tonight. So great run. Want to say congratulations, but we want to know your side of the story, how it was out there, and what it was like when you were back in the field just a little bit and had to get your way back to the front.
Oh, it was certainly treacherous. Yeah, doesn't help when your teammate hits you, but I guess I'll just take that out of his paycheck this week.
One paint job.
That's right. That's right. No, and to be honest, I'm kind of under the weather, so if I don't
sorry to
sound too jubilant over the win, that's why my son got me sick. Go figure.
Kids, yep.
I tell you,
Echo that.
Never fails. Every holiday never fails. But no, so that was really a tough race to manage because you had no top option whatsoever. If you were side by side with someone, they were going to pass you. You had no top ability unless you somehow had some fresher tires to manage, and we really did never have that option to do that with as many caution laps as we ran. So it was all about managing those restarts and making sure that somebody didn't cross you over. You kind of get a good jump and then use that clean air. Rockingham, for whatever reason, as small as it is, dirty air is a huge factor, and even in these cars. So trying to be out front and manage that clean air is huge. But no, we definitely, whatever green run we did have, I thought we had some good racing up front. I really enjoyed racing those guys. Had a couple new folks up there along with some familiar faces. So it's fun racing.
Yeah, a lot.
Oh, go ahead, Jeremy.
No, I say some new faces up there, and just talking with the likes of the number 59. It's got your number, I think. Going to try to challenge you this season, so I wouldn't be surprised to see the 5 and the 59 running side by side quite often. So quite confident talking to him just not too long ago. So maybe some competition on the track for you this year.
That's definitely not a bad thing. You always, the new people that come in, you want to see, where they stack up, and if they're fast and can race you clean, that's always a plus. And any additional competition is always a good thing. So keeps you on your toes and keeps you honest. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully, we'll have some more battles along the way. It looks like we will. So yeah, it was a good night overall for the team too. I thought with Nico being up there, Danny was up there for quite a while. Just so overall good night for the team, I think, and just glad to get out of this one, that's for sure.
Yeah, you don't have to put this one and drop it off the books like some of your fellow competitors. Not as lucky taking the pit stop and trying to work through the field as they got entangled. A lot of good drivers entangled in the back of the pack, but the 5 Scave Street almost clean, but to get the victory here tonight. So we want to say congratulations as always up here to CRN booth and give you some time for any shouts you may have in at number 5.
Yeah, of course, I'd like to thank Simrat Market, Roddick Racing Development, Performance Powder Coating, everybody that makes it happen with our group, everybody EDE, Nico, Danny, AJ, newcomer Blaze to the team. Got him into his first race tonight, and I thought he handled his own pretty well. Just overall some bad luck kind of in the mid pack for some of our team, but you'll have that with a place like this and how the race ran tonight. So, and again, you guys up here in the booth, as always, everybody watching, tuning in to see our show, and hopefully we put on at least a decent show for all the fans out there tonight.
Definitely a decent show to watch. One that was had some clean racing, and I'm sure some of the even the incidents were maybe fun to watch for some of the drivers out there. I know when I go to the tracks, they're always fun to watch. Not that you want to see anybody get hurt, but it always makes liven things up just a little bit. But here tonight, you finish overall first. I want to say thanks for the shout outs, and we'll let you go celebrate this one with your friends and family.
That's good, guys. Thank you.
That is your winner here tonight, the 5 of Alan Elwood. Certainly wishing he gets better, but I don't know how much these other drivers want him to actually get better if he can do this when he's sick.
Somebody can pay his kid enough to get him sicker.
we already seen what he could do when he's healthy last season with 70% wins, but it sounds like we got some new competition out there as well. Looking forward to seeing how the rest of the season plays out, and hopefully we get to Bristol and we get some better cleaner racing there. But once again, I want to thank everyone out there in Sierra Nation for tuning in here tonight. Tune in tomorrow night as we have a doubleheader with CSRL and Pit Road Speed Limit Racing. Then Thursday night, we got the Virtual Velocity Racing and the Core GT Series as well. But for myself and Jimmy from The Rock, we'll see you at the track.
Good evening, my people up in the chandeliers. The wine and dining, the menu is blood, sweat, and tears. Everybody ready, raining down confetti. Champions are born right now. Ain't about the glamour, click goes the hammer. Run when you hear that sound. Heroes never die, gonna make it to the finish line. We know we survive, even if we crawl to the finish line. All believe it, underdog dreaming, don't get no cheers. World's gonna say it. Heroes never die, gonna make it to the finish line. Dreams just keep dripping out of their golden cups. I'm starving, leftovers ain't enough. Ain't about the royals, they do nothing for you. All you got is you right now. Who is gonna falter? Who is gonna conquer? Better never count me out. Heroes never die, gonna make it to the finish line. We know we survive, even if we crawl to the finish line. All believe it, underdog dreaming, don't need no tears. World's gonna say it. Heroes never die, gonna make it to the finish line. Gotta make it to the finish line every day, every day. Gotta make it to the finish line. Gotta make it to the finish line every day, every day. Gotta make it to the finish line. Heroes